rescue. You want to rescue for your local. Show me the million rescue. To save somebody, the million rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue the million rescue. That will can't help me while here.
That's the same thing.
But Jota Bagara can't tell in the water. He can't pour one naked in the water but to kill on more than this. You know they get people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Chelsea. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 500 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Bagara. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm in the station, man.
Patience, man. You selling the market here?
Yes.
What are you selling at here?
Yes.
No
market. Can't get some. I go look for Yancy son.
You go look for the market, you see so?
Yancy food, call it food price. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another price. When you come, you buy a different price. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. Very rich.
How much for the fish?
You buy snapper 14,000. What is to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy the 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you keep to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend there, they're not bringing nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor burner running? They want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to steal our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of us, we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children went to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we're not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
It's rampant now. It's more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zumi.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zumi that they bring in Jota Bagara to drink. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now the Zumi, when he said I see that we are so stinking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parents of our boys children, we ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zumi. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, hata. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should register, they should become go over there, go over that one, everything they do. But what police people home king, that just one thing we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't Napa, tell him sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God a great for it.
You don't let you tell what take you for. But money ain't in the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're all there.
Famous Enough is Enough protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's you too. Yes, WEA did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pacala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus, but July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.
It's good to people who are familiar with the crime. You know, they themselves, they used to play with their own monies, and this time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. Things are working very well. People are happy, going. They used to play with their own monies, and this time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts. This time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. This time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. And this time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. And people are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation and the extra work you're doing to make things happy for the country. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. It's good to people who are familiar with the crime. You know, they themselves, they used to play with their own monies, and this time around, things are working very well. People are happy, going to their hearts, and we just want to thank all of you for your cooperation. And the people are happy, going to their hearts.
The same experience, market leaking, no buying. At least if they buying from us, we are also able to buy one thing, we face it. But when the money sends the money account, I only get 60. Sends the money.
Send the money? Send the money, you miss the time. 11:26 a.m. When you came here?
I came by 7 o'clock here the morning.
Almost 12 midday.
But I want to tell you, I don't even say it. I just now go back $10 water to drink. $10 water. But you know what? 18 years is serious. Don't wake up left for me. I will not vote because of the people who can listen to them to help us and talk for us. They ain't doing it for us.
Who the people there?
The sponsors, the Warehouse who will encourage us and talk to us to vote to bring the Pape in power. Now, we accepted it. From today onward, we see him again talking to the Pape for him to see our country streaming ourselves in the market, the system. So tell me, since the money, what time we get money to buy? To go for the children. We single parent.
How many children you get?
I get 3. Single parent. No.
Everything hard in the market leaking again.
The market, I see the market leaking.
We should talk to Spoon, because Spoon fool the people in the book of Braga. Yes, you told them Mary, you told people that have Mary 45 years experience. And see what's going on here. See what's going on here.
What's going on here? You want to lock the camera?
Very tough. Very tough.
When you say things are tough, what do you mean?
To get money, young man.
You want to lock the camera?
To get money. You see the time?
To get money high right now?
One. Yes. See the US rate. And the man with a 45-year experience is just a bluff. For nothing experience get. For nothing experience brought you to the people here. You see, when you see this police running behind you, taking your market, how people eat. Just my school coming open now. School just tell my school coming open. And I want for you to go and tell Bwaka, you're from school, you tell Bwaka, you should put your experience into use. Put your experience into use. We can see your experience. 45-year experience, but more. Agriculturalists, you can see what it meant to people.
But just finally, do you think the economic hardship you're talking about is the fault of the government, or is just the reality as per what's happening across the world?
If you get experience, you should come with experience. Come with experience. Come with experience. Not just about more 45-year experience. Guess what on the dog? They get no experience. That's so nothing 45 experience.
Okay, thank you very much. Why are you?
My name is Favor.
Okay, Favor. Okay, so what you will say to your government?
The country is so hard for us and our parents. We are not going to school or children. We are saying, but this time, my mother said 20 o'clock to finish. It can be hard. My mother not afford for me to send me to school. So we want for the government to make everything so for us, for our mother to afford to send us to school.
You going to school?
No.
You're not going to school right now?
Yeah.
You said what's your name, Favor? So what kind of business is your man doing?
Kobo.
She's doing Kobo business. She's selling across there, all the way on the other side. Yeah. Your man know like talking to Spoon TV right now.
No.
And you want the government to improve the country so things can get easier with your parents and so you can go to school.
Yeah.
No money in the country. The country very hard. Even before, I think Jovial Towns are better because we got one or two. But so the new people getting power, the speaker shit, we are having two speakers, the artificial speaker and the real speaker. The real speaker just resign. But they put in our parliament, they get law for the country. They just seeking a set interest on the ways beyond the committee, so they forget about the country. They do all type of stuff. Spoil the country image abroad. Can you imagine? You look at the capital building, catch your fire burning. What the men and they're fighting for power. Don't see what
But why do you think things are hard in the country? What do you think is responsible for the harsh economic situation? Is it the fault of the government? The other aspect that has to do.
Yeah.
You said what's your name, Favor? So what kind of business is your man doing?
Kobo.
She's doing Kobo business. She's selling across there, all the way on the other side. Yeah. Your man know like talking to Spoon TV right now.
No.
And you want the government to improve the country so things can get easier with your parents and so you can go to school.
Yeah.
No money in the country. The country very hard. Even before, I think Jovial Towns are better because we got one or two. But so the new people getting power, the speaker shit, we are having two speakers, the artificial speaker and the real speaker. The real speaker just resign. But they put in our parliament, they get law for the country. They just seeking a set interest.
45-year experience, guess what?
My mother said 20 o'clock to finish. It can be hard. My mother not afford for me to send me to school. So we want for the government to make everything so for us, for our mother to afford to send us to school.
We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you.
You're not going to school right now?
Yeah.
You said
Just well,
The country is so hard for us and our parents. We are not going to school. All the children we are saying, but this time, my mother said 20 o'clock to finish. It can be hard. My mother not affording for me to send me to school. So one for the government to make everything so for all for our mother to afford to send us to school.
you going to school?
No.
You're not going to school right now?
Yeah.
If you check your, we will not allow those young ladies just tell market when they should be in school. We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school.
So what kind of business are...
they got no experience.
Okay, so what you will say to your government?
The country is so hard for us and our parents. We are not going to school. All the children we are saying, but this time, my mother said 20 o'clock to finish. It can be hard. My mother not affording for me to send me to school. So one for the government to make everything so for all for our mother to afford to send us to school.
You going to school?
No.
You're not going to school right now?
Yeah.
You said what's your need, favor?
We will not allow those young ladies. We will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission we have. And I can assure you, if you check your calendar, it's exactly 4 months from today. Today's the 10th, right? When is the election? You start checking. 4 months to the date. After 4 months, you will see a new Liberia coming up. You will see a Liberia that will give you hope. You will see a Liberia where corruption will be thing of the past because we will not allow small children to tell market when they should be in school. They should be in school. We will not allow those young ladies just go in the street whole day yourself. The money you make can't even buy rice. We can't do it. We want to put dignity on our people. And that's why we're here. That's the mission.
What's a man doing? Okay, favor. Okay, so what you will say to your government?
The country is so hard for us and our parents. We are not going to school. All the children we are saying, but this time, my mother said 20 o'clock to finish. It can be hard. My mother not affording for me to send me to school. So.
All right, so fellow Liberians home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. We want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you. We want to appreciate your presence here. It's always a privilege when we have the opportunity to be here to present issues of national concern. I want to thank each and every one of you. In a special way, let me use this time to welcome some distinguished personality, all of you that have joined us. I want to say welcome to all of you who have taken the time off this Sunday to be with us. I want to say thank you so very, very kindly. I appreciate you. In a special way, I want to say welcome to Samuel Moiba. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Toshibo, you are highly welcome. Kale, you are highly welcome. Madam Sisei, we welcome you. Thank you for joining us. Waters, how are you? You are welcome. Thank you so much for your presence here. Venetia, how are you? Kofa, Ability, all of you who are watching us, want to say you are highly, highly welcome. Teresa, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, all of you who have joined us, want to say thank you so much. Your presence here is really, 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 encouraging. Again, we always encourage people that we should have a very, very great interaction, conversation. Can go in the comment section and let's interact. Those of you who want to call, when we put out the number, you can also call. Garrison, you are welcome. Garrison Yanfor, you are welcome. Following us there from uh, Bensonville, thank you so much. District number 11, we recognize your presence. Thank you so very kindly. Eric McGill, thank you so much for your presence here. Thank you so very kindly. I do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. So again, those of you who are not following the page, we encourage you to kindly follow our page. The page is under the Palava Hut. We encourage you to please follow the page. We are on YouTube. We are on X, former Twitter. We are on X. You can also follow my personal page, my personal profile. That is the Prince Sharif. We are also streaming live, and we are across several other platforms. So you can watch us on the social media on several other platforms. We are hoping and praying and working behind the scene that we can get at least a day on a radio station. We are working on that, and hopefully, we hope and pray that all of you will be of a help. So, again, while this broadcast is going on, if you care, you can send us stars that will enable us to be able to, accumulate whatever little for us to ensure that at least we have, our program running. We also want to encourage you. You can make donation either through, the Cash App, through the Zelle. The number is there. You can donate to us. Or better still, your donation that would be really encouraging is for you to just share. You can share in the various groups, share with friends, share with family members. Or better still, you can follow our page or you can subscribe to our page. There's another way to, that we keep the page going by your subscription. So we urge you to please subscribe to our page. We have the YouTube channel and we also have, our Facebook stuff. We also have the group, right? The group, under the Palava Hut, we have the group. You can also follow the group, and we really, really appreciate it. We really, really appreciate you. So again, we want to say thanks to each and every one of you for joining us. Alfred, we want to say thank you so much. We welcome and appreciate you, Brother Alfred. Thank you so much watching us there from Florida. We want to say to Kaba Rogers, thank you so much. Bangkok, Thailand. Want to say thank you for your presence here. We appreciate all of you. I mean, all of you are highly appreciated. Thank you so very kindly. We appreciate your presence and hope that we can all have a wonderful, wonderful time today. Thank you so very kindly. Fellow Liberians, I have never seen a government that is so useless, that is so insensitive, that is so inhumane, that is so busy about filling up their pockets and their bank accounts and leaving the ordinary people. I have not seen it before. Even during the war, the most difficult period of our history, I remember Liberia was divided into two. We had Greater Liberia, where, Taylor was controlling, and where, especially during the interim time, Amos Sawyer was controlling. But even during the wartime, the mind of the people, that is the mind of those who were leading, it was that we want to provide some better opportunity for these people. Because, like, take for example, Taylor in Greater Liberia, I remember those days. People used to leave from, I don't know what I should say, Upper Liberia or whatever, but they used to leave from the SAR that was controlled by Prince Johnson and the ECOMOG, and some of them used to go to the SAR of Charles Taylor to go and buy goods, because on the other side that Charles Taylor occupied, the people said at least there things were cheaper, according to what some other people said. Things were cheaper. Some others said that things were expensive. So when you take goods from on one side, you carry to another end, you will make good profit. So one way or the other, every size, they were looking at trying to see how best they can keep their people afloat. Even though things were very, very rough, the government was not a well-structured government, but to some extent, they wanted to actually make those who were under their control to be a bit comfortable. But unfortunately, in this particular government, it's not what we are seeing. The government is so useless to the extent that the cost of living that is increasing, the executive mansion don't get time for that. When you go on the executive mansion, you will see useless stuff that doesn't even concern the common man, that is not of concern, that does not address the cost of living or the high cost of living on a day-to-day basis. As usual, like the executive mansion will do their useless, posting on the executive mansion. Today, something happened. And I want to show it to you. I just want to show it to you for you to see. I want to show it to you right here on the executive mansion website. We'll go there and I will show this to you. I was like, I can't believe that the executive mansion will be doing this. But again, that's where we are. So let me just bring it to you. And I want to show you what we have here. Let's go there. Okay. This is the executive mansion website. This is what the executive mansion posted today. They say President Boeka will this afternoon take time off to visit and sit with the members of the late President William R. Tolbert Jr. family in Pinsville. This is the executive mansion post that they have today. The executive mansion. I'm going to take this down. Every government the world over will be concerned about the people who are alive, right? Will be concerned about how they can improve the living standard of those who are living, with no disrespect to the dead. Because all of us, one way or the other, we have, family members who have passed on. But the major concern of every government is to ensure that those who are living, they are living well. To ensure that the people who are alive are strong, healthy, and doing okay. Because it is the living that can take care of the environment of the dead, right? It is not the dead that will take care of the environment of the living. It is you and I who are alive. We are the ones that will be able to ensure that the dead have pleasant memory, or we keep their memory alive, well, healthy, and strong. And not those who are dead will keep us alive. Now, I know some of you may not understand, but I will go in details. The reason why you see Joseph Numa Boeka is so concerned about the dead than that of the living is because Boeka knows very well that he does not receive any criticism from the dead. The dead are dead. Boeka wants to prove a point to the Liberian people that he cares about the Liberian people, or that, he wants to do things differently. But unfortunately, this is not what he's doing. It's not what he's doing. There are thousands of people. I've just played you videos. There are thousands of people who are destitute, who are out of their homes, who are hungry, who cannot even afford a cup of rice a day, or even a cup of gari. The executive mansion is now putting out comment or putting out posts that will be able to at least give the people who are hopeless, the already living people who are hopeless, hope. No, they don't care about that. The executive mansion is basically telling you that Joseph Numa Boyka is visiting the dead. It is because of the action of people like Joseph Numa Boyka that these people are no more. I don't care what you do, Mr. Boyka. The dead are gone. And those of us who are alive, we are alive. I don't care what kind of visit you like. You can visit 25 times or have 88 programs for these people. That will not stabilize the economy. No, it can't. It can't. That will not reduce the price of basic commodity on the Liberian market. I don't care how many times you visit these people. What kind of service you have for them, it's not going to improve anything. It's not going to improve anything. Even the people who are dead, if I would say, in the African, tradition or methodology or whatever it is, they are even concerned about the living. The dead are concerned about the living. They are wondering and they are thinking, how are the living doing? How are the living doing? They are concerned about us. It is their hope that those of us who are alive, we can be able to live a better life. The reason why some of them are no more is because they wanted to live a life to improve the environment of those who are alive. I'll give an example. Look at President Tolbert that you went to visit today. His agenda was an agenda to include all of us. Look, Joseph Numa Boyka is a shame. You are going to visit President Tolbert. That's good. It's good that you're going to visit him. But President Tolbert's agenda was to ensure that the common man can live together, that we can live from mat to mattress, that our living standard can improve, that we will be able to find a very comfortable life or live comfortably while we are alive. The agenda of President William R. Tolbert is to ensure that Liberians can live a life that is above poverty. That was his agenda. The agenda of President William R. Tolbert was to ensure, fellow Liberians, that there is total inclusiveness among us as Liberians. The agenda of President William R. Tolbert Jr. was to ensure that all of us, whether you are from Lofa, you are from Nimba, you are from Grand Jire, you are from Grand Cape Man, or you are from Bokonjire, that all of us can be able to merge and work together in one government. That was the agenda of President Tolbert. Your visitation to his family will not bring him back. The best memory that the Tolbert family need is for you to do what their son, their father, their grandfather wanted to do for the Liberian people. And that is now what you are doing. Today we are seeing nepotism have taken over. One of the reasons why President Tolbert was even hated by his own was because he tried to break that particular cycle. It was under the regime of President Tolbert that he started to give some level of credence or some level of space, to some extent, to multipartyism. Start to recognize some of these other institutions. Even though we know it was not easy on him because his hands were tied from his own people, because they said, look, these country boys should not be coming around here. They are not for the executive mansion. They should be opening door for us. So one of the reasons why he was hated was because he thought to include the commoners, To the extent that we saw under his regime, we saw him giving out scholarships for Liberians. I mean, the common boys, so to speak, or the native people children, so to speak, to go out there and learn. President Talbot said, look, one of the things that President Talbot said during his administration was that, look, in order for us to give you people an opportunity to participate in this particular process of governance, you must be adequately prepared. And to be prepared, you need the level of education, the level of exposure, because you will be taking over government. So this thing here, let's do it gradually. Go and get the education, go and prepare yourself, and when you come back, you will be adequately prepared to be able to take over the governance of Liberia. I know he had his own shortcoming, which I know, but that is not what I'm saying yet now. He had his own shortcomings. And there were things that were done, we know. But at the end of the day, his agenda was to ensure that the commoners had the level of education that they needed to be able to take over. But look at today. Joseph Nyuma Boyka is a pure contradiction to the agenda of President Talbot. Joseph Nyuma Boyka is a bar ornament visiting the family of President Talbot. I know Talbot had his own. Don't get me wrong. I know he had his own, his own shortcoming and what have you. But we saw under the regime of President Talbot, we saw the inclusiveness of some other people from down there, the natives. We saw some of the native boys wearing kosu and neta coming around the executive mansion. We saw that. President Talbot's agenda was to include every Liberians in governance with time, with education, and with preparedness. But today, is that what we are seeing? Joseph Nyuma Boyka is a contradiction. He is a contradiction. You are going to visit President Talbot. President Talbot do not need your visit. You know what he needs from you? It's your ability to govern and take care of the common people. His agenda was to ensure that Liberians are up to his standard. Is that what Boyka is doing? Boyka is a disappointment to his generation. Even people who were born in the age of Joseph Nyuma Boyka are not even afraid to even identify with him because he has become an embarrassment and a disgrace. Look at under this man regime, as old as he is, police brutality have increased. I can name you more than 10 different police brutalities since Boyka took over. The police have gone amok. The police now, they've gone crazy because their G, who is Gregory Como, is a political idiot who is ensuring that he obey his political puppet master. An 80 years ailing old man who does not have the charisma to be able to think about good things for the Liberian people. So Gregory Como is particularly focused on pleasing Joseph Nyuma Boyka and not working for the people. Because if a man like Gregory Como was working for the Liberian people, our sister who was murdered from Canada was never going to be murdered in that way, form, and manner. They're never going to be murdered. The amount of killings that we are seeing going on in Liberia, that was never going to happen. The amount of police brutality that we are seeing in Liberia was never going to happen. But Gregory Como don't care. But Gregory Como will get a message for you. You will hear from the United States. Don't worry. You will hear from the United States. Don't worry. And we dare you, we double dare you. Come July 17, do stupidness, you will know. Gregory Como, you and whoever want to be a Gregory Como, want to be a Prince Charles Johnson, want to be a whoever, we dare you people to do stupidness. We will be answer on July 17 in Liberia. We dare you. We don't need your approval. We dare you. Do stupidness and see how we will react. See how we react. That will be the last thing that you will ever do, and you think that you will go to your house the same. That you will not answer question. Try it. We are encouraging Liberians. Get ready. Let us come out in every communities. Let us show up from every angle of Liberia. Let us tell this government that this government must govern. Look at this kind of nonsense. Instead of the government putting out message that will give Liberian hope and surety in the midst of difficult situations that have been created by this government. Look, what Liberians are experiencing, the suffering and the increase in the prices of these commodities that Liberians are experiencing, it is artificial. It is caused by this government. It is caused by the government. It is not caused by any economic, how you call global situation. It's caused by the government because the government wants to enrich herself. The few people who are working in government, the government wants to ensure that they give them plenty of money. So for that to happen, somebody must take the fall. That's how it is. Under the regime of President Weah, it was the bigger people that felt the pain so that everybody at least can be included. But under the regime of Joseph Numa Breka, it is the common man that will be used as a stepping stool so that the bigger man's pocket can be filled or his bank account can be filled. You see how these people, they are behaving? And you see their behavior? Yesterday, President Weah denied his ministers those opportunities that they're supposed to get, like brand new car after every 2 years, taking $5,000 for housing allowances, taking $7,800 for they say they call it what I know some kind of cash compensation or whatever. You taking almost about $20,000 soon for take home pay. So President Weah was able to deny his ministers. This is the reason why I'm not surprised. Look, let me tell you something. You know where some of our defeat and dissatisfaction came from? Was from amongst people who were working in government. I can tell you this for sure. One of the greatest fight that we had to fight, or the one of the greatest how you call turbulent time that we had in our own government, was with the people who are working in our own government, because there were some of them who did not understand that this thing of prosperity, it should come from the bottom to the top. It should come from the bottom to the top. And some of them who could not bear with it because they felt that they wanted to benefit more. Some of them, they started to undermine the government. There were people who were in government and were supporting the opposition with the mindset that when the opposition comes, we will be considered. Look at today what is happening. President Weah took salary from government official and said, you can't get all of these fabulous benefits. Let's give it to the people. Let's maintain our people on job. Even though it's not sufficient, but let our people work. Let's include our people. Let them get something at least to take home at the end of the day. Let their children be able to eat rice. At least let their children be able to go to school. At least let their children ensure that they can go to the clinic and buy paracetamol. Let them money, let it share with everybody. And because of that, we saw programs that were put in place by this government. We saw the our EP program, the Youth Empowerment Program. We saw programs where our mothers, it was not the more dignifying jobs. No, don't get me wrong. It was not the most dignifying jobs. But at least people were doing something to be able to earn a living. We saw our mothers will wake up in the morning, they will go on the street there, at least they will be able to sweep. At the end of the day, some of them were able to take home, even if a lay song and a lay $75 or song and $100, they will take it home at the end of the month. They were sure that, yeah, we're doing anything here, we will be able to at least get something to take home at the end of the month. There were people who were cleaning the beaches and working at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Was that sufficient enough? No, it wasn't sufficient enough. But at least we saw an effort, an earnest effort on the part of the government to ensure that Liberians, at least, they are kept afloat. We saw that. We saw motorcyclists who were using that particular means because job was not, it may be in some of the sector that they really wanted, but at least they were using their motorcycles, they were using their motorbikes to be able to sustain their family, to send their children to school, to take care of other things. When I was in Liberia, I interviewed some people. The guy told me that, look, the motorbike that you see me riding, my brother, the motorbike I want to pay my late 2 hustle and I'm renting again. The motorbike here, I want to send my man. As I speak to you now, I guess about 6 family members living with me in my own house. I posted that video. I posted that video when I was in Liberia. The guy said the motorbike and my brother is here, right? To the extent that the guy said, some of you follow me, you saw that video. He said, my brother, I shouldn't lie to you. I can't wear in off it now. Anybody call me to wear in off it, I will ask you. If you cannot pay me $500 to $600 every month, and give me transportation every day for me to go and come out of where I will not take it. I said, wow, man. He said, I'm telling you, my brother. He said, I'm telling you. I'm not lying to you. The man said, I'm telling you. The man said, because what I made behind this motorbike a day, when I really hustle for true within the daytime, the thing I can get, that some people want more pay, my brother. He said, especially on a Saturday night. He said, the time that we can make money, somehow we know the flow, we know the area. He said, you see Friday, you see Saturday, Sunday, these are our days. I put the video up long ago. I put the video up. So for you who following me, you follow the video. This brother said that, look, my brother, this motorbike that I'm riding, sometime on Saturday, I can make up to $200 United States dollars. They may say because at the end of the day, when people want to go to club, we overcharge them. And some of them can be willing to pay. Even though it's not a red fare, but they're willing to pay. Some of them, especially on Saturday like that, some people want to go do their last hustle. We're taking people from point A to point B. We're going to these clubs. We're taking people from there, carrying them to their home. We're taking people from this other club, carrying them to the other club. He said, at time before we can even leave the street, we are already in something like $100 or $200. He said, during the days, he said, sometimes we can be on the street up to 3 o'clock in the morning with motorcyclists. I'm telling you about living story. This is not something that I'm making up. He said we can be on the street up to 3 o'clock. Somehow we can literally sleep on the street. Taking people from one end to another end, from one club to another club. But look at today now, what is happening? We've been denied, or these people have been denied what they are using to sustain themselves. Even in America here, there are people who are doing well, providing for their family, riding motorcar. Oh yes. But look at in Liberia, Joseph Numa Boyka, who said he has come to rescue the Liberian people, is taking job from the Liberian people. Don't you know that this motorcycle thing is a job by itself? Self-employment. In fact, there are people who are living this keke you're looking at, or this motorbike. They get their family, they are taking care of their family, and they are moving strong. There are people who are able to build houses out of these motorbikes. Joseph Numa Boyka came and took that opportunity from them. And you get old men passing around day by day and trying to look. The only glory these people need is for you to make sure that their children or the people who are alive are well taken care of. So Boyka, you have become a disgrace to even the dead. Boyka has become a disgrace to even the dead. Oh yes, Boyka is a disgrace to the dead. He's a disgrace because what the dead need is for the living to be okay. Then they will be satisfied. What the dead need is for the living to live a good life, and they will take care of the memories that those who have passed left for them. But you are not even taking care of the living. You're passing around day by day, play from one area to another. There's a man with you. Now you have become the president. Now we're running from one man to the other, from one man to the other. When you finish, I want you must go visit every Liberian. The almost 300 lives that we lost in Liberia. You must go visit every household. Joseph Numa Boyka. Saying you passing around now visiting day ballet that your new, how you call, modus operandus. You passing around now visiting from one day ballet to another day ballet. We're telling you now the thing what we want you to do after your visitation to all of these people. The next thing, go from each house, because every household in Liberia lost a family member. Every household lost a family member. So saying you know your function, saying you don't know what to do now, the cost of rice is increasing, transportation is increasing, and the rest is increasing. You passing around, we're begging you. When you finish, go from one house to another house. Go from one house to another house. Since you are now a president who running beyond the dead, what the dead need is for the living to be well taken care of. That's what the dead need. Some of these people died in search of a good life for the Liberian people. Like President Tolbert, he was betrayed by his own. His own people from within, they turned their backs on him because he thought to include Liberians, whether being native or whatever. He said, look, the government for all of us. And his people did not like it. We're talking about the late President Samuel Kando. This man is our native hero. Like him or hate him, say whatever you can say about him. He was the one that opened the eyes of the native men that you too can become president one day. So what they need from you, Sylvester, how are you? Brown Sugary, you are welcome. Marie George, I appreciate you. Thank you so very kindly for your presence here. Thank you for joining us here. Ephraim, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Maret Dan, thank you so much. Greenbird, Liberia, thank you for joining us. Yeah, let me see. Let me respond to you. I will give you small time. Greenbird, you see, you are a slave. So, in your mentality as a slave, you believe that the best way to speak the grammar is the way you understand it, or the way the word may have taught you. There are some pronunciation that people from how you call a different part of the globe put together and put in dictionary. But you want to judge me, that is from Grand Cape Man and Lofa. You want to judge my English, and you're not listening to the logic that I put you. You see stupidity? These are some of the stupidness that we're talking about. What is concerning for us to talk about? You not look at it, but that grammar. You can speak English. You able to speak English? You able to speak Greenberg? You able to speak English? Even the English that you're writing is not even correct. Your writing, look at your own writing. Your writing is not even correct. Your writing is not correct. But you want to condemn somebody like me who can effectively communicate in English. Effectively communicate in English. And in other dialects, I can communicate in. And you come in here. But anyway, that is just by the way. Let me give you peace attention. But again, I want to say you are welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. So at the end of the day, government should be concerned about the living. Government should put programs and policy into play that will be able to help the people who are living. We saw that under the regime of President Weah. You asked me if all was rosy or if everything was rosy. No, it wasn't. We had challenges. But we saw President Weah taking the initiative to ensure that Liberians are kept afloat. Where President Weah was able to subsidize these people who were bringing in rice. The same politician, the men spending money, what the men will take money and give it to rice company there for them to be able to bring down the prices of rice on the Liberian market. The same old Joseph Numa Boyka, a dead man walking, a man that has no vision, a man that has nothing that he can account for. You worked in government for 12 years. You did not put policy in place to be able to help the Liberian people. This calamity have now before us again for the third time as president. I'm listening to this gossip, and let me just say this in passing. I listen to this gossip of people saying, oh, and you know, we'll go order Madam Clara Marie Weir. Joseph Newman Boyka. Let me tell you something, my people. You see, Joseph Newman Boyka, let me tell you, Joseph Newman Boyka feel threatened by the work that other people did. Joseph Newman Boyka is on a mission to ensure that the legacy of President Weir is erased, and he can't erase it. This man is not taking the time to improve the lives of the Liberian people. Cyrus, how are you? The bag of rice during Weir Town was somewhere around $14 to $13. That was the price. $15, $16. What is the price of rice now? Be talking about the price of rice now. Let's leave the price of rice during Weir Town. You see, these are some of the things that we always tell people. You know, the guys, that's why, you know, I like this kind of argument. The guys do not have anything to point to as an achievement. We're going to now 2 years. The guy have nothing to point to as achievement for Joseph Newman Boyka. So you know what will happen? When you talk about the suffering of the Liberian people, they will say, well, oh, President, we are high looking there. When you talk about this other one, they say, well, honor President, we are high looking like. Because you do not have an agenda. When we were in power, we're not talking about honor Madam Ellen Justice, we're talking about what we're doing for the Liberian people. So you see the difference between you and us. I want to welcome my own big sister, Claudia Allison. How are you, Mama? John, you are highly welcome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. So the only government that will be too focused on running behind people, on fighting, on looking for confusion, that somebody will not get work to do. They ain't got work to do. You know, let me tell you, coming up as a child, young boy, I used to be a very good goalkeeper. A very good goalkeeper. Oh, in a goalpost part, I used to be very good. And one of the things also I used to be good at, I used to love voking my friends. Oh, I was a good vocal. Some of you who understand the Liberian palams, you know what I'm trying to say. In other words, in this particular country, we say bule. I used to let bule in my friends. To the extent that sometimes my friends will just wait. As soon as school over, they will take me to go. I'm not fighting Bene, not it's too much. But voking, oh no, I can provoke my friends. So when I was much smaller coming up back in the 80s, you know, in Lokintown there, Nukutan, all the other places there, when my men are ready to go play, I always used to be the team manager. It was my man, are you managing the team? I always used to be the team manager. So at the end of the day, when we go in like that, we go play our late small football while our friend are playing. Even though some of us will not be on the field playing, but we just be provoking other people to just make them to get vexed. Maybe when other men get, oh look at a shoe, get an alligator eating polo. Oh look at another one, look at a trashy on. So as we are provoking them, they will get angry sometimes and even forget about their concentration on the field. Then they're running after all the one beer. There are many too kind. No, you can't be the man. No, you can't be the man. Then we there, we provoking. Wow, before you go low, you move on the field and yeah, we finish scoring, go. So we just used to be there to provoke people. We're not there too much playing and other thing. We just sit down, but far sit down among some people who will black out and provoke them. So our intention was to ensure that we can destabilize you on the field. That all provoke you, you be destabilized. Hey, see the man, there's another rebel. Say, but the man not talking to you, they forget about the man. Concentrate on the field before you go look bad, then we score. Because the whole team now is in disarray. Especially when sitting down behind the goal post of my opponent. Then forget it. That other goalkeeper part forget. Then so now we can be making arguments if we go low. Pull somebody kids, they will go because he's concentrating on me while voking him. In fact, the glove that using and you correct the shooter on a phone. He even drill a goalkeeper, he drill a farmer, all kind of thing we'll be saying. And at the end of the day, boo, we go win. So what I'm saying here is that all of these things that Boyka is doing around, he is only doing it because he do not want to pay attention to the suffering of the Liberian people. Joseph Newman Boyka is using all of these tactics to take his attention from on the Liberian people suffering. So that's why you see him visiting here and there. You know, he jumping here, jumping there, going here, going there. Because Joseph Newman Boyka has nothing to offer the Liberian people. Nothing at all. You cannot stay in this particular intellectual arena to argue on achievement when it comes to Joseph Newman Boyka. What has he achieved? Nothing. Nothing he has achieved. The only thing we can count is the killing of innocent people by the Joseph Numa Boyka police, the gangster police that we have. Go and read the records. The only thing that we can boast of is Joseph Numa Boyka enriching himself. When you look at this thing that is throwing now, you will see what we are talking about. Domestic travel allowances has increased. The increment of domestic allowances. And let me, today I just going to bring you this, and I want to say thanks to, our brother Darius Doe, who's doing very, very well. I want to say thanks to our brother Darius Doe. Darius Doe is doing exceptionally well. And I want to say thanks to you, my brother. We really, really do appreciate you and appreciate everything you continue to do. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. So let's look. Joseph Numa Boyka is doing nothing to ensure that the Liberian people are living a better life. That is not what Joseph Numa Boyka is doing. So let's just bring you some of the things that is happening here that you can see for yourself. President Joseph Numa Boyka told you and myself that he has come to rescue. But look, the word rescue must be seen in your action. There is some kind of thunderstorm, so when the network is like, when this kind of thing are going on, you will experience some problem with the network. So if you experience any problem, please bear with us. Understand that it is the weather condition. So Joseph Numa Boyka lied to you and myself and said that he has come to rescue. You've come to rescue the dead or the living? That is the question we're asking. Because now we see that your focus have lived from on the living to the dead. So let me ask you a question before we even go to what our brother said. And this thing will talk on it for a while. Joseph Numa Boyka told us that he was going to give 10,000 young people job. I want to ask you, fellow Liberians. And Joseph Numa Boyka said you are going to train 10,000 young Liberians in digital, whatever, provide job for them. How far are we? How far are we? When we come here to speak, we speak about facts. How far are we with that? Joseph Numa Boyka told us 10,000 young people will be trained and they will be in power. How many of those 10,000 people that you know of that have gotten a job? Or let's leave the 10,000, 2,000 that have gotten job through that training. Boyka is a schemer. The old man is a liar. The old man does not care about the living. He cares about the dead. That's why you see him now. He actively visiting dead. What the late President Samuel Kanyondo need is for you to do what is right to ensure that Liberians have better opportunity to education, to rule, reconciliation, and etc. But you, even the agenda, the one thing that these people had in common to unite Liberian, you are not even doing it to unite Liberian. You're passing around their graveyard. So one of them will slap you, and I'm sure that slap you receive will not be too far from President Tobo. Yeah, because you are completely opposite of his agenda. Maybe the late President Samuel Kanyondo will feel sorry for you small, because even though you was an ungrateful man who betrayed him, who at the end of the day you stole from the government, and because he was magnanimous enough, he decided not to put you in jail. Say, let me leave the other one here. Let you just go find somewhere to sit down. And thank God for your uncle, Kwakura Koto, who are there and say, I'm baking you. Did the boy here? The boy here, you get problem lean. Their behavior of Coco G business started a long time. You must thank God for Kwakura Koto. That Kwakura Koto that he was blessing you around here when you should have been in jail. Because with your attitude and behavior, mismanagement, that even President Samuel Kanyondo, the late, had to pull you down and say, oh man, I'm baking you. This stealing what you're doing now is too much. Otherwise, you spoil my government. To the extent that even Emo Claudius Soldier, imagine water government that were not even correct. Everybody can do their own thing. Emo say, I said, look at you for lawyers, they CJ, they put me, even though the government were not even correct government. Charted on the other side, say the greater Liberia, Prince Johnson on the other side, how you call Amos Sawyer on the other side, everybody on their own side. But even Amos Sawyer, the late, whatever the look at, say no, they may, if we continue with the mayor, no, forget it. They may is worse than even a virus. They may have to sell you down. So this man has no history of achievement. These kind of people, but Liberian, we are a wonderful set of people. That we the one can look at idiot and empower them, and at the end of the day we cry, oh, the people then they affecting us, oh, they doing things to hammer, oh, they doing things to take us off our job, oh, Liberian, how we looking like. That we the one can empower the devil, finish them, we start crying again, oh, the devil doing this. Oh. Look at the behavior of Bweka. Bweka has not achieved in his life. There's no achievement. Somebody say the man has become president, you have not become what I have achieved, Joseph Numa Bweka will not achieve it. Even in this struggling time of ours, we are helping people. By the grace of God, we don't have it, but at least we are able to sponsor people. We have our lay 1 or 2 scholarship going on that we can share with. Who will tell you that Joseph Numa Bweka have impacted my lives? If I to ask a question now, people who president we have impacted their lives, there are so many. So Joseph Numa Bweka is just this useless old man that is passing around dead body and don't care about the living. The price of rice is increasing, transportation is increasing. You're taking people off the job, but here is the irony of the situation. Do you know that the man who said he has come to rescue the foreign and domestic travel in 2024? They son here becoming someone aware. They how you call the things they turned out. Yeah. Anyway, in 2024, when you look at the budget, the government budget in 2024, domestic travels, domestic and foreign travels, you know, it was about $686,676 US for domestic and foreign travel, just for the office of the president. I'm not talking about nobody office. I'm talking about president office. But do you know that the government was able to spend more than that in 2024? The government was able to spend more than that $686,000 in 2024 for travels alone, foreign travels, domestic travel, everything. The government was able to spend more than that. The government was able to spend more than $1 million in foreign travels. Even though they put it on the record, when you look in the budget, in the 2024 budget, you will see $686,676. You will see it there, but they spend more than that. But at the end of the day, ask me now, the money where they spend for foreign domestic travel, what are the dividends, or what is the dividends? Because maybe when I say I will be too plenty. So what is the dividend? What did we achieve from all of these travel that Joseph Numa Bweka are doing around? Yeah, I was a little man and Bobo, they go right here, they carry it to America. Bobo were able to carry $800 million. Joseph Numa Bweka even carry Fisa neck man he carry that picture. That picture Joseph Numa Bweka carry. That all. So even though they have 686,676, but the government spend more than that. And guess where these monies are coming from? They are coming from the taxes. That's why they are laying down people. Because for Joseph Numa Bweka to keep spending the kind of lavish way, people now, you got to use the shoulder of people. So you will sack people, you will put people down. Then let's look at the budget of 2025. 2025 budget. And in 2024, the budget, his domestic travels, you know, and foreign travel and what have you, the budget there was $686, $1,000. Let's come to 2025. In 2025, $791,526. You see that? So just from 2024 to 2025, the money that they have spent on foreign and domestic travel is about $1,478,202. That's what they have spent. That one on record. I said that the one on record. But you and I know that Bweka has spent more than that. To the extent Bweka he said that for long. He called a man and said, "My man, we're not traveling again. They traveling, we got to post stop to it." Bweka he said sat down for long and look at the paper. When the Pope brought the paper, he said, "Let me I'm begging you. You tell me how much I spent to travel." When Bweka saw his own travel allowance, the old man sat down for long. He said, he said, "What that they amount I've used?" Quick, he called for meeting. He said, "No, my people, they travel Benin, we got to post stop to it." Even though he's not putting stuff to it, because we see him passing around again, we are no achievement. You go stand there, you don't get nothing to contribute just so that you can be in the picture. You wear hat on your head, just some kind of breading. Okay, let me see, this thunder is getting terrible. Yeah, I might, if it continue this way, I might cut up my system because it is not just an ordinary system, not just an ordinary computer that I'm using. And I want to say thanks to our own brother, Papi Flomo. Yeah. I want to say thanks to Papi Flomo. Papi Flomo gave me the computer that I'm using is not just an ordinary computer. Yeah. It's not the ordinary, stuff. Because if it is the ordinary stuff, all of this thing that I'm doing on it, it will not work. It will not hold. So I want to say kudos to Papi Flomo. I think we need to call him. So please, if you can help me to just say, Papi Flomo, thank you. Thank him for me, please. Thank Papi Flomo for me. So at the end of the day, Joseph Newman Boyka looked at his own travel budget, what was even on the paper, and the actuality. When he looked at the actual, he said, no, the travel business, I think we got to post up to it. Because the main reason why he post up to it is that you going out using the Liberian people money and you are not bringing anything. There is no achievement. You are not achieving anything, but you're spending the money. So he said, look out for and say, but why the essence? I go out, the people, they ain't give me nothing. I go on the other side, I go to, they ain't give me nothing. On the other side, when me and my friend they can go, they can get $1 million. I go there, they can't give me nothing. The only thing that they will do, they'll give me some kind of late 5 minutes for me to talk. When I'm talking, so I can't even talk correct. Because I don't get a long time to talk. They am be traveling. That's why you call people and say, look, this thing here, we got to stop it. So on the list, we have $1,478,202 that Joseph Newman Boyka spent. But in actuality, it's almost $3 million that Joseph Newman Boyka has spent. $3 million. There's more than that on foreign and domestic travels. So you must imagine, from 2024, you travel, you not get nothing. Then 2025, they have increased the budget to $791, $1,000. You know what happened? Joseph Newman Boyka budget, just for traveling alone, just looking at the traveling budget alone, Joseph Newman Boyka traveling budget has increased to about $204,850. The high increase. So it has an increment of $200,000+. Joseph Newman Boyka domestic and foreign travels. 2024, you travel, you not get nothing. Nothing. You call the people and say we got to lower the travel. But in 2025 now, that you're supposed to lower, guess what happened? It increased by 200,000+. 2025 alone, the budget, I will show it to you. Thanks to our brother Darius, who did a very, very good piece. I want to say thank you, my brother Darius. I appreciate you. Our brother Darius do on Spoon. I want to say thank you very much. So that is just for travels. Then look at the operational expense. Collaborations and staff visit. This thing here is giving problem. So we come to operational expense, collaborations, and state visits. 2024, the budget for operational expense, collaborations, and state visit was $2,542,207. $2 million in 2024. You talk about operational expense, but there are people who are affected by fire. You can see the executive mansion going there. There are people who are affected by so many things. You can see President Boyka office going there. Me, oh man, you see so. These are the people that can spark. You see people need. Very mean. Eli with Joseph Newman Boyka alone, the fat that he will fat, even the flour will not smell it. Very mean, oh man. That's why you see people who don't give, people who don't share, they always load some kind of dolly up. They get low door, they low less, some kind of refugee. That's how they low less. There's something that you refuse. The way you see even as president, he just load that dole up that kind of way there because you don't impact people's life. Look, people who gave, even in the midst of difficult times, you know what can happen? Smile can always be on their faces. They look lively. That's why some of you, because of the kind heart that you get, so now people are saying, let it all more enjoy you. They know that you're going through worst thing that even they are going through. But because you are a giver, you always wear a smile on your face. But look at Joseph Newman Boyka. The man is always angry. Always angry. He angry with his own life. Angry with his environment. Angry with everything. So the operational expense, collaboration and visit, 2,548,207. That's what Joseph Newman Boyka spent in 2024, but it was more than this. Then in 2025, guess what happened? In 2025, guess what happened? That 2 million, this is in 2 million. In is in 2 million. 2 million, 13,100 and blah blah blah. In is in 2 million. No significant decrease. So the total Joseph Newman Boyka spent 2004 and 2005 is 4,552,340. 4 million that what you spend, according to him, he said operational expense, collaboration, and state visit. That what he spent. Not that what he will be spending. It will be more than this. Because Joseph Newman Boyka used this means to steal, to enrich himself. The thing that you and I want to get 12-year president, 40 plenty years in working in government. The one you and I want to get, now he feel that now that he is president now, that why he must be able to get now. In a period of 6 years. So Boyka is basic stealing and not thinking about the lives of the Liberian people. So we get long time to suffer. Because Joseph Newman Boyka is not thinking about you right now. The first 4 years of the man's life, he's thinking about how he will be able to enrich himself. This is Joseph Newman Boyka. That Joseph Newman Boyka is looking at. So there's just operational expense, collaboration, and state visit. The people who can rescue. Then when you talk about the office of the president, just the office of the president in your own office, all the money coming to him, indirectly coming to him, because Ministry of State we're talking about, yes, so. But in your own office, just look at his own office. 2024 budget for the office of the president. Joseph Newman Boyka had 2,996,289. That was his budget, the president office, the president budget. 2,996,000. Let's just say 3 million. You go how long? And I run it up, you run it up. We all did that something there. So he had 2,996,289. That was his budget. Do you know that in this year that we have entered, the budget now increased? The budget increased. And what I told you, I said, Joseph Newman Boyka is using the poor people to step on their shoulders so that his bank account and his people that were with him, their bank account can be fat. In this 2025, the budget of Mr. Boyka, the budget of the president is 3,442,406. That Joseph Newman Boyka right here. So there is an increase in the budget of Joseph Newman Boyka. In his budget, in his office alone, just Joseph Newman Boyka office, there is an increase of $446,117. $446,117 increase. $400,000 plus increment in Joseph Newman Boyka budget. I thought when things are becoming hard, the people were up there making plenty of money, at least to some extent, they're supposed to start cutting down their expenses. When I told you from the beginning that this suffering, the Liberian people suffering, is artificial, it's imposed on you by the government, some of you get very with me. You start asking me all kind of up and down questions. Somebody say, I don't know how to speak English. As if the one that are talking, you are not hearing it. or I'm not communicating effectively. You know the meaning of communication? You don't even know the meaning of communication. But you come and tell me teacher, where I get degree in teaching, you come and tell me, say, I'm not communicating. So if you know the meaning of communication, you will not be here. Because thank God that I'm communicating effectively, you are hearing me. If now I start speaking Mende or start speaking Va or maybe Bandi or Gula or some kind of attorney, you will not even understand. You will not understand it. Then right there is a communication barrier right there between you and me, but I will still be communicating with other people because the other people will understand it. So I will still be communicating with them. So that is looking like. But anyway, that's just by the way. So you see, Joseph Numa Brecker, his office alone, in his office, there is an increment of 400,000 plus. But then ask, what happened to those in the hospital? The last time it was my alma mater, AME University, that was able to go to JFK. The women then were JFK whole hostage and say then pay how you call fees. They went there to go deliver them, pay fees. They were holding their children. That AME, you have to go there and lend money or be able to pay for their release, pay the bills, and they release them. As I speak to you, some of them are still there. They hold some of them hostage. But let's just say Numa Brecker. The last time he went to JFK, that top he took, some kind of Guinea must go or Guinea thank you. That Guinea thank you top he took and go give it to people. You see how this old man is useless? You take calamity, disaster, and put it upon our head and call it president. You see the kind of nonsense? Our women now are being held hostage. President Weah was able to give us free education, but now as I speak to you, you know, they're trying to cancel it now. They're going to WIAC, trying to cancel the WIAC. So every legacy that President Weah set, Joseph Numa Brecker is erasing it. But there's a man who continues to tell you that he has come to rescue you. You see how disgraceful this sounds? Very disgraceful. Very, very disgraceful. So look at the increase in Joseph Numa Brecker budget. So let's come here. Our 2024 budget. Let me come here and I will bring it here for you to see what we are talking about. It's always good for us to be able to do these things for you to see it. It's almost about time for me to go, but anyway, I think we're sunny on this. Mommy doing a situation, we'll come to it. Let me bring this here because this is very important. I didn't even consume all of what we. So here is it. I want you to look at this budget. Here's the budget. You see the budget here? There's the budget. There's the budget. Office of the President. You see here? Foreign travels. You see what we are talking about here? It's right here. Everything that I'm talking is right here. The Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Office of the President. You see up here? Office of the President. And you see up here? Office of the President. You see there? Office of the President. Yeah, is it? Yeah, is it looking at? Office of the President. Now, you looking at right there. So the office of the president alone, this is what they are carrying. This is what they are taking. You see 2024? 2024. Come here. See 2024. $2,756,468. Now 2024, we're talking about yes. And you see? Foreign travel, means of travel. They spend $250,000. Foreign travel daily subsistence allowance, $138,752. Foreign travels, incidental allowance, $65,000. Domestic travel, means of travel, $59,713. Joseph Numa Brecker visiting day by day because anytime they paper visit is supposed to consume some of their money here. They paper is a crook. They got up here. The The men who can get better go saw and sell it to fuller men. Fuller men were no money. Fuller men were clever. If that papa can use that particular cunning and crafty means to croak fuller men, they must know say no. Fuller people, I beg you, you don't even know, sir. If you think, look, if you're looking for crook, eh? Lead that thing where they can be doing oh boss man this that lead that thing. I live on the bush of island. We forget about that thing. Fuller man, they get sense when it can well, let me not say crooked, but they get sense when it comes to money business. Yeah. They can do all kind of things to take your money from you. If just a human worker could crow fuller man, get belly go saw to eat. The fuller man see the belly go, he say, no, the belly go buy a 4-year-old, a fresh. When saw what inside. Then what they make it do with Liberia people? Poor big year. Who for that inside? So look here alone. So we get domestic travels. Let's see. You see here? I'm not going to go through all of this because I've already explained it. So these are just some of the things that you're looking at. You see there? This is what we have here. You see there? Now, all of this money, be asking yourself the question, what is going to the public sector investment for public sector investment? Investing in the public. That is another thing we'll try to look at. I want to say thanks to my brother Darius who made this thing very, very simple. We can easily digest because the budget is a very, very, very voluminous document. So sometimes you just take a particular thing and talk about it. That's why you see to talk about the budget, is something that you got to look at a section by section. So look at this. An increment in the budget of 2024. 2025, an increment in it. You see here 2025? It's 2025. Jose Numa Boyka. 2025. Yes, it. Yes, it. You look down, you will see 2025, you see the year. There's the year projection. What they are projecting. That is, that's their budget. What they're projecting, to have. But the money is more that is being spent. This is it. This is it. Then let's count the 2025 budget. You see 2025 budget, Office of the President, and you see 2025. We just show you 2024 budget. Is it 2024 budget? And you see a 2024 budget. So in 2025, in 2024, the Office of the President are 2,996,285. And you see right here, this is 2024. So now you got to, I hope I explain it the best way to our people because this platform is for our, to break down whatever we have to explain. So you see here, there's the budget. You see here, this is 2024. This is the budget for 2024. $2,996,000. That was projected, but they use more than this. So in 2025, this is 2025. In 2025, we're talking about this amount. You see where we are? With Jose Numa Boyka. Let's move this from here. I'll go here. This is 2025 budget. You see the 2025 budget? They want to show you that 2024. Let 2025 budget. Let's look at 2025. Office of the President. You see here, Office of the President. You see here, 3,442,406. You see the increment? That is for 2025. The 2025 budget here. You see here, Ministry of State. Here is it. That Ministry of State here. You see here, Ministry of State. You see 2024 and 2025. That Ministry of State budget here. Here is it. You see there, Ministry of State. The Ministry of State, Office of the President. Office of the President. Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. The ASO. The AA you're looking at. So. My people, we are in a hell of a big mess. Oh yeah. We are in a hell of a big mess. Hell of a big mess. That's why we're in with Jose Numa Boyka. Hell of a big mess. But fellow Liberians, I want to give you the time to call. We'll try to do a call-in segment every time we come here. Time is running up, but we'll do a calling segment. I will put the number here. You can call us and also have your say. So as we go on to, discuss, you can call and let's hear from you. Whatever you have on your plate, let's hear from you. Let's hear from what you have to say, on what we are speaking on. So at the end of the day, you are looking at what is happening. Joseph Newman Boyka is not even thinking about the Liberian people. No, he's not thinking about the Liberian people. The old man is thinking about himself, satisfying himself, pleasing himself. That is who Joseph Newman Boyka is. The man who does not care about the lives of the ordinary people, but he cares about himself. This is the kind of calamity that have before us. This is the man that say he fighting corruption. How will you fight corruption when right in your own home corruption has taken over? But I want to say to you, fellow Liberians, let me say this to you, my people. We are in a time. I want to welcome my own sister Hawa. How are you, Mama? Love you so much. Mwah. That's my lovely sister right here. Hawa Tote, you are welcome, Mama. Thank you so much for everything. And let me say this, my sister Hawa, I thank you for the support. If some of us are here today and this platform still going on, it's because of people like you. These are people who support us. It's not easy to run this program. Let me just divert a bit. I could use my phone, right? I could use my phone and just talk to you. When I use my phone and just talk to you, it will be fine. Just put my phone on like any ordinary something and just talk. Pay my phone bill, put it down, talk, and it's okay. But we want to reach a more wider audience. This is a professional platform. That's why we don't indulge into anything funny. We don't indulge into anything funny. And these are some of the people that have been really, really of help. I mean, financially to get us going. It's not easy. You know what you're talking about? Every month you are spending nothing less than $200 and let's say $300 every month. Now, with what is going on now, you're hearing the thunder, storm. If this was any kind of Bagbati network I was using, you're going to shut down. You see it start fluctuating. In fact, Basel going to go off. It was definitely going to go off. But you see, I am still here. It's because of the kind of, I'm not going to promote anybody network here because they didn't pay me for that. So I'm not going to tell you the network I'm using. But I'm using one of the most reliable network in the United States here. The most reliable network is what I'm using. So it's very expensive. Very, very, very expensive. And also the software that I am using is very expensive software. This is how you call or this is a software that I'm using. Very expensive. It's not the free version. If it was the free version, you are not going to see what you are seeing. And I want to thank people who have subscribed to the page. That's why we are encouraging you to subscribe. Your subscription is going to help us. I think every month is like $2 or so. When you are a subscriber, you have some benefits. That benefits is you get so as you subscribe, you give us at least an opportunity for us to be able to at least be able to raise money and keep ourselves going. So I want to say thanks to my sister Hawa, to all of you, because all of you are trying. All of you are trying. Some of you may not have the opportunity to be able to send us cash, but even when you share, there are other people who hear, and sometimes I will go and look in the cash app. Sometimes we just see $5. Sometimes I see $3. These are all something that help us, help us a lot. So I want to say kudos to all of you who continue to remain very supportive. I really do appreciate you. I really, really do appreciate you. Yeah. I really, really do appreciate. Yeah. Let me see. Let's see if we can call. Okay, we have something right here. Hello? All right, so fellow Liberians, we do have a caller here from Liberia, and we want to say welcome to you. Let's just get you on live. All right, hello caller, your name and where you've joined us from. Welcome, sir.
All right, my name is Stephen Su. I'm calling from Liberia, specifically.
All right. So how's Bon Mines? How's Bon Mines?
Basically, Bon is okay, and we are here. That's part of the market, but we are surviving. Our family is all in the valley. So we are looking to see where we are going to administration.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. But let's hear from you. What is of of importance is on your mind that you really want to talk about? I know there are many issues. Of recent, we saw a serious attack on the opposition. We are seeing increase in police, brutality. We are seeing increase in the whole cost of living and etc. etc. But let your people hear from you. And again, we want to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us. Let's hear from you, sir. What is of concern on your plate that you want to share with us?
Especially as we just recently on the opposition in the name of justice prosecution, but we and then it is time that the opposition will be more stronger and stand up to the tax because I believe the party is trying to put in place to bring more back.
But Kiaseli, one would say that the government is doing everything to fight corruption, and all of us as Liberians, we should hail this effort. So, what is it? What is it that you have problem with if the government is fighting, quote unquote, is fighting corruption, and that's why they are putting, people who maybe are of big names or maybe a high political figure, if they are catching them and putting them behind bars. So, why are you saying that? It's almost like a wish hunt. Why?
The reason I would say the wish hunt because we are seeing a logical conclusion of those cases that we raised by government. All government is trying to do is to set a record that yes, we are putting you guys in prison. Yes, we did it, but there's no logical conclusion. When it comes to all cases, we have the federal case, we have the federal government case that were at the end of the day because government allowed against the central government at the time alright, so it's a witch hunt.
Wow, it's a witch hunt. But are you surprised that even in the office of the president, where of recent there was, an audit conducted by the GAC, where 74 individuals who has been taking pay over the period of 1 year plus, only for the GAC to go and do their own investigation. Those names were never seen. I mean, there were no faces attached to those names, and the money that they've received, they did not turn the money over. Is it a surprise to you? Are these some of the things that you're looking at and say that there's a reason for the fact that the president is not prosecuting people in his own office, or maybe you're just talking because somebody say one is angry, CDC lost election, or maybe your choice that you supported or whoever you support is not there?
But these are things we call like we call the thing. But the United Party had no message for them to continue to convince the Liberian. And I think it's another part
Sure.
when it campaign. And our message to the people was clear. But because of the lies, the very information, the Unity Party forward, and the president on question. The president on question. And in reality, they are not to it. They are what the promise in the because
Now, you are in the other part of Liberia, right? You understand that place very well. You are a stakeholder down there. Now, as compared to the cost of living, one of the things that the Unity Party ran campaign on was that, the bread and butter issue is not resolved, the bread and butter issue. Now you are on the ground. And Liberians that are here, I mean, thousands of Liberians that are listening to you from around the world. Oh, how can you classify the bread and butter issue right now under this particular government that have spent, let's say, pretty close to 2 years? I mean, in Boma, in that particular part of Liberia, what is the condition there as it relates to the cost of living? I mean, children in school, domestic travels, etc., security. What can you say in that particular area?
security-wise, citizens are vulnerable here because we not many, security personnel are not inside here. But we have this contention in the area. That's the biggest contention in the Republic of Nigeria, $2.7 billion.
Wow.
That's the Chinese company.
Yeah.
That was a hope because 2015, this company shut down operation due to the downfall of market. But during the administration of President we saw hope because the company were doing everything possible to reopen because we are told that the administration they had agreement on the understanding that get reopening to cover people what working, what getting paid, what cost.
Yeah.
But when the administration took over, they drag the company back and forth to the need of paying the core they done. Imagine for 2015 or 2023.
Wow.
So but now the company up now is stopping to reopen because going to see what's happening. So we're not sitting.
So basically, telling us that it has affected employment in that particular part of Liberia. Wow. Wow. So if you are to put a value on it, I mean, those areas that the unemployment has affected, especially in that area, because that is one of the biggest concessions in that particular area. I know there are other people who doing their lating, rubber and blah, blah, but that is one of the biggest concessions in that area. So if you are to put a value on it, I mean, in terms of maybe, for example, how it has affected the education sector, how it has affected maybe the transport sector, how it has affected maybe the health sector. What can you say about it? Because I know there were people who in that area doing the WIA administration. Some of you were even sponsoring other people. I mean, you have your own local maybe organization or self-initiated that was sponsoring some other family members and taking care of other people. So how has this affected, I mean, the education sector, the health sector, and all the other sector? How has it affected it, sir?
Education not mentioned in school. Difficult to get into in school. We have a health issue and in the area that hospital was built by the fall or the company. When when walking, the company has to leave and then tell investment and the competition tell you how the government they say that they do really be the hospital and money. But now 2016, the government actually said hospital of the government.
Okay.
To run the hospital. So the people in the area are helping because many times they go to the hospital, well, they are doing prescription.
Imagine. Wow. Wow. You know, I saw even when we were down there, especially during the regime of President Weah, most of the time we saw a huge migration going on. People would even leave from Monrovia, you know, go to that part of Liberia and do their lay contracts. You know, at least they go there and spend some of them, you know, 4 or 5 months, at least, you know, to go and do their hustle there and stuff like that. So basically, yeah, all of those things it has now ceased because of, you know, the kind of like one would say the slowdown of company operations.
You know, just happened to walk in this part of Liberia. We know he played for Norwich, and he left Norwich before when tomorrow and then you know, so, but when he became president, I think one of the best things he did for the people in this area, he found a project that is now to be successful. It will be the biggest capital project in Liberia. Because I'm told that project is double the master plan. Yeah. So that project was imposed last person were completed, and then we are told that the war already $300 million. So they were adding home for the citizen. They were adding home for the citizen. So you know, we open, and then they have to want to start. And even the other thing to work in the public, we have to with that we one of the problem will be that the two have electricity. But now everything has gone down. Everything has gone. We'll say we have nothing compared to
Wow. This is really. But anyway, Honorable Kese, is there any other thing you want to let us know before we can take leave of you? And again, on behalf of the platform, we say thank you so much for all of the support, all of the information, everything you continue to do in informing Liberians, you know, in the other part of the world. It's something that we really appreciate that you and many others are giving fair analysis of what is happening and bringing our people that are in the diaspora up to speed with what is happening in Liberia. We really do appreciate, and we pray that the Almighty God will continue to bless you as you continue to do your best in ensuring that, you know, Liberia can be a better place for all Liberians. And come 2029, we can redeem Liberia out of this mess that we have found ourselves in. Is there any last word that I have from you, sir?
Even our let's say thanks to you and the platform, and we are also putting a message on the side. I think the already how we talk, and I think we need to see that we can the concept so that we have the more again.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, definitely we will do that. We will do that. And thank you so much again for, you know, for reaching out. It's just that sometimes some of these things we have to plan, you know, adequately, especially with budgetary, you know, allocation. But again, I want to say thank you so very kindly for everything you continue to do. We will this year try to consummate, you know, whatever arrangement that we started so that at least we can, you know, be on air, that people in Liberia can hear from their people directly from the US, and people from the US and other parts of the world can also hear from our people. So I want to say thank you so much, Honorable Keseli, for taking the time off to call and giving us the information. Thank you, sir. So, fellow Liberian, there we have it. That is Honorable Keseli. He's a Liberian. You know, he is a communicator per excellence. Yeah. You know, have a radio station running there. But like we said, and this is the reason why we want to encourage our people that you know, whatever help that we need it now, because right now there is a need for us to, you know, be actively involved. So I want to say thanks to Honorable Keseli. You know, He worked there with Radio Margibi. As you may be aware, the government of Joseph Newman Boyka is trying to suppress local radio stations. But the local radio stations are doing well to bring fair and balanced information to the people of Liberia. So, fellow Liberian, there where we find ourselves, time have caught up with us, we got to go. Hopefully, tomorrow we take the time off to talk about this Mami Do situation. Mami Do, there are a lot of people who call me. And like I always tell people, I am very careful with the way I, talk in these kind of family matters. I like to be very careful. But with the calls that are coming in, people are calling, and stuff like that, we're going to take our own time to be able to talk about this Mami Do situation. But again, fellow Liberian, Liberia is in a big mess. And I want to encourage all of you. Let's get ready for the July 17th. Let us tell Boyka that Liberia is not his private property. It's not his personal property. No, it's not. Let us tell Mr. Boyka that, look, this Liberia is not something that belongs to you, that you can just behave anyhow. That this power, it is we that have given you the power, not you that are giving us power. Have given us power. We want to encourage you in whatever way that you can support this initiative. Support it. Whether it is through your comment, whether it is through your like, it is through your share. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to our page. It will really, really help us. It will really help us. So again, on behalf of the platform, I want to say thanks to the many of you who continue to follow us. Like I said the last time, we look at this thing as a calling. And the reason why you see us doing what we are doing, effortlessly, trying to put our all into it, and we enjoy it, is because we see it as a God-given calling for us to do. We see this as a job, even though we are not paid by anybody. But our dedication to this is to our country. It's showing our own level of patriotism to our nation. And that's why, comes rain, comes sun, and the shine, we always do this. And we'll always do it. I want to say to you, fellow seditionists, if you look at the caption of our presentation today, I said something. That the true costs, when you look at what we have here, I said the true cost of loyalty is seen in the most difficult period, or in the most difficult moment, or in the most difficult time. You look at it. The true cost of loyalty is seen in the most difficult moments of our lives. Don't get angry with them. Just focus on your agenda. Fellow seditionists, I want to leave you with this, fellow Liberians. The era, or the political era we have entered, it is only people who've been tried, or people who have been tested, tried, trusted. These are the people that will survive. We are reaching to a time where we will know who are the people that really want to see a better Liberia. Who are the people that will show up for you and will continue to defend this cause. If you are a sedition, look, you deserve praises, especially those of you who do not have any mind in working in government. For all of these years, you have supported the CDC, and not even a single day, some of you ministers have taken up phone to call you and say, oh yeah, thank you, John Brown, thank you, Peter Brown. I want to say thank you. This revolution of ours is on your shoulder. It's on your shoulder. It is you that is making CDC what it ought to be. And not some of these people who benefited. I repeat, not some of these people who benefited. They were ministers. Some of them were directors. Some of them were receiving money and rest of it. The CDC is upon our shoulders. That's why we always say with proud and dignity that the CDC is our religion, is our property. We believe in it. We will defend it. This is our own property, our inheritance here. I want to say to you that we have reached the most difficult political period. There are people who you see, or people who you saw yesterday, wearing the CDC paraphernalia, hailing the CDC for the good work. Today, they will change. Their tone will change. They will start to say things that are unorthodox against the party. Don't be deceived and don't be moved. These things happen. There are people who will not survive in the test of time. They will fall along the way, sir. But I want to say to you, don't focus on these people. You know, when you read the Bible, when the children of Israel was taken from Egypt to the land that God promised them, according to the Bible story, there were mixed multitude. There were people amongst them with the intention of confusing the crowd. To the extent that they reached certain place, the people who God took them from captivity, they reached near Red Sea. You think the God who took you from the hands of your captive cannot make a way for you? The people start making noise. To the extent that they reach a certain place, they want to want drink water. Moses too pissed off dealing with this kind of human being there. And along the way, he said to, he show how you call pasa pasa. So in this time that we're in, my people, don't be surprised. You will see people who serve, who were ministers, people who were in sensitive areas of the government. They will not show up. They will not show their faces. They will not talk. When you call them even, they will say, no, don't call us. This reminds me of the Bible days when Christ turned to his disciples and said, look, there will come a time where some of you will deny me. Some of you will run away. You will not even want to be called or identified by me. When people ask you in the open, you will run and say, no, no, no. And we saw it during the Bible days. When Christ was captured, or, they went for him in the Garden of Gethsemane, the Bible made us to understand one of the disciples, I think it's Peter, right? He took up his sword. Said, can't be here for you to come carry our master. He caught somebody ear. And Christ took the ear, and put it right back. And said, my man, the battle that are fighting is not earthly battle. If that earthly battle, I will bring angel for them to come fight for me. I can't here to come fight. I can't here for a mission. So I'm saying to you that, fellow seditious, patriotic Liberians, your goal is to see a better Liberia, and that better Liberia cannot be under this useless government of Joseph Numa Boyka. It can only be under the stewardship of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. Do not be moved by what you are hearing, but what people are saying. There are people who yesterday they enjoyed the milk and honey. Today, where are they? You are not seeing them. They can post. Don't be moved by that. Do not be moved by that. And that's one of the things I will say here. When the Unity Party was in opposition, all of their ministers, they were all talk show hosts. So I am not surprised to see the Unity Party now form a kind of radio. They get their own podcast called, how you call the thing, a class reload. Because that's who they are. That's who they are. When we were in government, fellow Liberians, when we were in government, you think about now I should be saying, yeah, I be crying, I'm looking for money, I want to go on radio station to pay. I tried it for the first 4 months. It was not easy on me. I almost went home in America here because budget now, the budget, there's so many constraints. How you pay somebody the other man, only now trying to adjust myself so I can do what I'm supposed to do. It's not easy. So some of these things, some of our people invest inside to the extent that there are even some of our seditious, when they will watch the show, when we finish, they time to watch. They will not time to defend. They will not time to call. That's why I thank people. You see, Mr. Cassidy, calling from all the way Liberia. You know what it means to call from Liberia? There are some of you here, you have been on here for almost 2 hours watching me. I want to say to you that we have a responsibility, especially those of us who are sedition in the diaspora. We have a responsibility. Do not look at what other people will say. Those who will get vexed, let them get vexed. Those who will want to go, let them go. We are in the time that this tree is shaking. The people who are supposed to remain, they will remain. The ones who are supposed to go, they will go. Don't waste your energy on them. Don't waste your energy on them. Even if it is me, Prince Sharif, let me say this. Let me put my face on this to tell you. If it is me, Prince Sharif, that tomorrow I do Tabata and I try to speak ill against the agenda that is supposed to liberate Liberia, don't mind me. Leave me. Focus on the agenda of President Weah to better the lives of the Liberian people. Leave me. Forget about me. Leave me. But one thing I know is that the CDC is our religion, is our party. Do we have issues? Yes, we do have issues. But you think that everything we can say? We know where to say it. We have the proximity to people who are supposed to call and they will answer. There is nothing that I will write. The player are supposed to write it. That even President Weah himself will not see it by the grace of God. That even people who are in the government or who were in the government yesterday, key government official will not see it. They will see it. So we have the privilege and will not misuse the privilege. It's almost like I have the opportunity to talk to somebody. I can walk to them anytime I talk to them. Then instead of going there to go talk to them, they are kind of, oh, no, I will not do it because I have the proximity to that person. They have never stopped me from reaching out to talk to them. So I want to say to you, fellow Liberians, let's be courageous. Let's be strong. Munya, 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 CDC, Munya, Jaja, Jaja, Jaja. The agenda for transforming Liberia in President George Mane, we are Jaja. Oh, say, Munya, 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 seditions in the diaspora, Munya. My people, let's continue to believe in this agenda for a better Liberia through President Weah because he has demonstrated it. We have seen it. I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to appreciate you for all of your support you continue to give. Again, I want to appeal to you. Your likes, your comment, your share, they are all important. If I have wronged you because of my action or my inaction as a sedition, you, my CDC brother or sister, forgive me. I'm a human. I am liable to errors. That's what make me human being. The thing that made me human being is errors. It's my vulnerability to errors. If there are things that I have done to you that make you vex and say, "Hey, Prince, here, hey, I will not watch a show," I'm begging you, forgive me. If indirectly or directly I've hurt you, I want to say to you, I'm a human being. Maybe some of you send messages. I did not respond to those messages. And you think that it's intentional. I'm begging you, forgive me. Every day, sometimes I receive up to 200-300 messages. When I take my own time to read, sometimes I will not even go to work. It's not easy. And I have multiple pages that are catered to. I have to check this once more. I check this other one. So if there is anything that I have done to you, because you say, "Oh, let's see this," I beg you, forgive me. Forgive me. I'm your brother. I'm your friend. That's why you see my number. I put it up. My number is not highly 443-991-3356. The same number I use on the page, that my number down there. I get nothing to hide about that number. Nothing I don't have to hide about me. So I want to say to you, thank you for the support. The period is a period for us to reconcile. If there's anybody that I've hurt because of my action again and inaction, forgive me. It is not intentional. Let us be united. In redeeming Liberia, it takes our collective effort. And people, don't allow individuals to take your focus from on your agenda for a better Liberia. These people, they will come, they will go. The high looking like. But let's keep focus on our goal. Until we meet again, I'm your brother. I'm your friend. I want to thank you all. If you can share with friends, share with them. If you can share with families, share with them. Because the time that we are in, these are difficult times in Liberia. People who we used to look up to, they are now looking up to us. Help them. Don't turn your back on them. I want to say thank you all very much. I really do appreciate you. There are some of you who do not even agree with me. There are some of you who have dissenting opinion. But I want to say, in our dissenting opinion, let us not forget to put aside the good agenda of Liberia. We have come too far to allow this progress that we have made as people to be trash. Seditions, the sacrifices that you have made is beyond human understanding. When you were denied of the opportunity in 2025, in 2005, you did not turn your back on the CDC. 12 years in opposition, you supported the CDC with your heart, your blood, and your everything. There are some of you who have lost families because of the CDC. There are some of you who your friends have looked at you, loved ones have looked at you and said, they are CDC business. But yet then still, you continue to hold fast. I want to say to you, my brothers, my sister, the CDC is upon your shoulder. The CDC is not upon the shoulder of those ministers. The CDC is not upon the shoulders of those representatives, those senators, but it's upon your shoulder. It is you and I that made them. It is not them that made us. I want to appeal to you. I want to apologize to you. Let us reach out. Let us reach out to each other. If someone is in the community as a sedition who feel angry, aggravated by somebody under action or inaction, reach out to them. Let the recalibration start from you and I. Look, let me tell you, so I'm going somewhere. Wait, I'm coming. If the party will not be able to do what is worth it, let it start from us, you and myself, as individual. Let's start to reach out. Let's start to have our meetings. Let's start to call each other in ourselves. Go on Facebook. You know, one or two sedition, put them together, pour in chat room. Me, I will pour in chat room. Sometimes call. Let's just talk. Let's talk. Whoever want to talk to release our stress. Let's begin to do these things that we're supposed to do. When you see a sedition on a platform, go there, support that sedition. If that sedition is talking to uphold the agenda of the CDC, go there, support that particular individual. Share, tag some of us. Let's go there. Even your one or two comments will help. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you. You know where my joy comes from? My joy comes from you. Who told you there are not ministers around? Some of these ministers that we had working in the government will be proud to go on an opposition post. These people will recognize the evil work of Bweka, but they will never come on our posts or to support us. That's why when we see people supporting us, we are happy. And thank God our strength lies in the ordinary people, in the 10 view, in the 5 view. Yes, it is better for you to have 5 committed person than to have 1,000 people behind you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. If I had the 1,000 people behind me yesterday, who are just saying, oh yeah, but now I'm going to be gone. But because I have these 5 people, these 10 people who watch me, that's why we continue to go on, because they encourage me, they call me. Sometimes it's embarrassing. I need to call them too, but sometimes it's not easy. Different competing priorities. But some of these people will send messages. So look, I remember I was checking my how you call my Facebook something. Some people sent message to me almost 4 years ago that yesterday, Facebook, this thing, we're still learning the technology. It was yesterday that I saw some of these messages. And when I called them, but man, long time, I said, hey, brother, but I don't know that way I can put my phone number up there. Call me. For me, I don't sleep 24 hours. I'm out. Anytime you call, I will answer. Anytime you call, I answer. But again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. I love you all. I love you all. Let's support each other as citizens. Don't look at these people, what they will say. Some of these people, they are used to the government job. They got to survive. That's the thing about Baname and people who are up there. Baname eat Gary, you okay, man, going. But the people who used to eating shawarma, when they can eat it again, they will switch. So don't be mad at them. Don't use your energy on them. If you see a sedition who yesterday used to be propagating the agenda of the CDC and today they change, don't focus on them. Focus on your agenda. And that agenda is to ensure that we elect President William comes 2029 for a better Liberia. Leave them. Don't take that one. Look, you see, age, it comes with wisdom. Even though Joseph Boyka is not coming with wisdom, it's coming with vindictive and evil and wickedness and the rest of it. But the age that have been added to us have given us wisdom. I write less in our chat rooms. There I read. I try to avoid too much confrontation because it's not helping. It's not going to help. And I try to remain focused. My agenda is to see President Weah coming back 2029 so that he can continue those good works that he started. That is my agenda, to see a better Liberia. And that's why I'm pushing forth. You think my agenda to go run behind somebody who will sit down there and go talk nonsense? Somebody who benefited from government? And today you're not benefiting because you want benefit, you want for Joseph Numa Boyka to see you, and you writing nonsense, you think I will respond to you? No, I don't get time for that thing. I don't get time for it. Again, I want to say, Munya, 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 eh. CDC, munya, eh. The time has come for positive change. Man and we are, that you be our hope. I love you all. Thank you.